Hello everyone, myself Sumangla Biradar. In previous videos we already discussed about relational model concepts and also relational model constraints. In this video we'll study about update operations. Before going to study about update operation, first we'll take the one example, that is for the company relational database schema. So it is the schematic representation of your company database, that will be using the relational database here. So now what are the terms I have to use now? Employee is what? Employee is one relation. Department is one relation. Department location is one relation. Project is one relation. Works on is one relation. Dependent is one relation. All these are relations now. And F name, middle initial, L name, all these are the attributes of the relation. And as I told earlier, in the conceptual data model, you have taken name and that name you have further subdivided as a F name, middle initial and L name like composite attribute example. But as I told earlier, in relational data model, it doesn't support composite attributes. That's why you have to take F name separately as a one attribute, middle initial as a separately as a one attribute, and L name as a separately as a one attribute here. And any attributes, if it is underlined, means what? This attribute values are unique here, and that is what we call as a primary key here. And employee and department are related. So because employee must works for department, to show that relation, what is the procedure you are using? You are using the concept of foreign key and primary key. So dependent table, you are taking the attribute as a foreign key, and in the parent table that attribute must be primary key here. From which table you are referring? So here DNO is what? Foreign key. It refers to which table? Department table D number here. So that one you have to specify in the form of the arrow. It starts from foreign key and it must ends with the primary key here, and arrow it points towards the primary key here. Okay. So its meaning is very simple. D number is the foreign key and D number is the primary key here. And attribute data type and data format of both the attribute must be same here. For DNO and D number, type of the data and data format must be same. That is the one more condition. And this table we call as what it is? Dependent table. DNO is foreign key. That's why the student employee table is dependent table and department table is the parent table here. In the same way, see here, in the same table, in the employee table, you are started with the super SSN and you are pointed towards the SSN. SSN is what here? Primary key. Then what about the super SSN? Super SSN is your foreign key. This is what we call as a recursive relation. Recursive relations means what it is? It refers to same table here. Okay. So this is super SSN is foreign key and SSN is the primary key here. In the same way, manager SSN, and it is pointing towards the SSN here. So then manager SSN is what now here? Manager SSN is foreign key and it points towards the SSN. It is underlined. Underlined means what? It is primary key here. As a manager SSN is foreign key and SSN is the primary key. In the same way, D number is underlined. Okay. So D number and D location, combination of these two you are taken as what it is? It is a primary key here. Okay. Next, P number. Okay. Here P number is underlined. Okay. Underline means what it indicates? Yes, it is the primary key here. Underlining indicates the primary key, and where it points, from where it starts and where it points, no, that starting point we call as a foreign key, and where it arrow points shows that we call as a this is your foreign key and this is your primary key here. Is it clear now? Okay. Next we'll go and study about update operations, transactions and dealing with constraints violation here. So in update, three types of the update operations are available. Among those, first one is insert operation, next is delete operation, and third one is update operation. Let's see one by one all these operations. First is insert operation. Insert operation. This operation is actually used to insert the new tuple for the existing relation. Assume employee is a one of the relation, it is already existed. Now I want to insert a new tuple for this relation. Now for inserting that, you have to use this keyword as an insert, and what are the values you want to insert? No, those values you have to specify inside the angle bracket. Next you have to use into keyword, and for which relation you want to insert the tuple, no, that relation name. Now I want to insert to which table? Employee table, sorry, employee relation. That's why if you have to take the name of the relation as an employee here. And while inserting the values, attribute wise you have to separate using the comma here. This is your first attribute, this is your second attribute value, and this is your third attribute value, fourth attribute value, like this. And while inserting the values, you have to insert in order. Okay, in which order you are declared? No, in the same attribute sequence you have to insert the values. That's why one of the characteristics of relation is what it is. Ordering of values within a tuple is very important. If fname is there, first you have to insert the fname value. If middle initial is there, then you have to insert the middle initial second. Third is L name. So there you have to insert the Smith here. So in the sequence you have to insert. And one more thing, if your attribute is of type string, then values you have to insert inside the quote here. So this name of the employee inserted inside the quote. F is inserted inside the quote because F name, middle initial and L name attributes are of type what? String type. That's why you have to enter inside the quotes here. In the same way, D number, it is of integer type. If it is integer type, directly you have to enter the values, insert the values. And birth date. Okay, birth date also, if you want to enter the values for the state type, that one also you have to insert in the inside the quote here. Okay, string type and day type, what are the values you will enter? No, those values must be insert inside the quote here. And each attribute values you have to separate using the delimiter, that is the comma here. So this is what about the insert operation if you want to insert a new tuple for the any relation. While inserting the new tuple, you have to follow or you have to check whether it is a valid state or not a valid state here. When you call valid state, so if it satisfy all the integrity constraints. What are those integrity constraints? First is entity integrity constraint. Next one is the referential integrity constraints. If these constraints are satisfied, and even domain constraints also you have to check. All these constraints, if it is satisfied, then you call the state as a valid state. Then you will allow this, okay, insert operation to execute or insert the new tuple to the end, okay, existing relation here. So this is the one of the example. Here I am trying to insert a new tuple and I given the values for the F name, middle initial and L name. And SSN I entered as a null here. SSN is what here? It is underlined. Underline means what it is? It is a primary key. So for the primary key, inserting null, is it possible? One of the constraint it tells that is what? Primary key should not hold null values. Yes, which constraint it tells? Entity integrity constraint. So now is it valid state now? No, it is not a valid state. Then it gives the error message. What is that error message? This insertion violates which constraint? Entity integrity constraint. What actually entity integrity constraint tells? Null for the primary key SSN is not possible. So that's why it is rejected, because it is not a valid state. It violates one of the entity integrity constraint. Okay. So this is one type of the violation. As I'll take one more example. I want to insert the new tuple for this relation. I inserted here. Everything I inserted here. See here. So I inserted name of the employee, middle initial and also the, okay, last name here, and I enter the sum of the SSN value here. If I insert this SSN value, then also it gives the error message. It is not consider this one as a valid state. Why? It also violates some of the condition. What is that condition? Let's see. I taken for the primary key, okay, values as a 99988, okay, 7777, okay. See in this table, okay, it is already existing. Yes or no? Same USN number is already existing here. Okay. So for the primary key, what are the values you will enter? No, those values must be unique. That is what we call as a uniqueness property. That uniqueness property, what we call as, which type of the constraint it is? It is key constraint here. Okay, while inserting, which constraint you are violating now? It is not a valid state because it violates key constraint here. So that's why it rejects, and it rejects why? Reason is what? This insertion violates the key constraint. Key constraint, what it tells? For the primary key, values must be unique. Same value if you are trying to repeat. Here I am trying to insert the same SSN value. That's why it gives that uniqueness violates here. Okay. Next, one more example which violates the referential integrity constraint. What actually referential integrity constraints tell? So T number, okay, this is your foreign key and it refers to your, okay, table department as a primary key here. So what referential integrity constraint tells? What are the values you'll enter for the foreign key? No, those values must be equal to your primary key values. So now here I am trying to insert the department number as a 7 here. Last attribute is DNO and I try to insert the 7 for TNO. Is it correct? Is it equal to the department number primary key values? No. 5 is there? Yes, it is equal. 4 is there? Yes, it is equal. 1 is there? It is equal. If I try to insert the 7, is it equal? The 7 is nowhere equal to these values, primary key values here. So referential integrity constraints, what it tells? What are the values you will enter for the foreign key? No, same values must be there in the department number also. 7 is not here. So then it violates which constraint here? It violates the referential integrity constraints here. Okay, because that value is not existing here. So these are the some of the violations comes while inserting the any new tuples to the existing relation here. One of type of the constraint is what? Entity integrity constraint. So while inserting any new tuple, you keep in mind that is what? Well, if it is the primary key, for the primary key, okay, entering null value is not correct here. Okay, then it gives the error message. In the same way, if you are having the primary key, for the primary key, values must be unique here. If it is not unique, then it shows the error as a key constraints. In the same way, for entering the foreign key, what are the values you'll enter? No, those values must be exist in the dependent, okay, dependent table values must be exist in the parent table. In the primary key, those values must be there. If it is there, it checks, otherwise it gives the violation of referential integrity constraints. Okay, so that's why while inserting the any new tuples, you have to care about all these constraints, whether it is violates or not. Based on that only you have to insert here. Is that clear now? So in the lab also you have to insert, you have to create a new relation, and for those relation you have to insert the, okay, tuples, new tuples. While inserting the tuples, if you do these mistakes, no, then what error message you will get? You will get the error message like entity integrity constraint violation. Then you have to know that where you have done the mistake. Okay, you have done the mistake in entering the null values to, you are trying to insert the values to primary key as a null here. In the same way, if you get the error message as a key constraint violation, meaning of that one is what? You are trying to insert a value for the primary key, that value is already existing in the table. In the same way, for the foreign key, if you are trying to insert any new value, it gives the value as a referential integrity constraint. Then you get to know that this value is not existing in the, okay, primary key. Next is delete operation. So now already I inserted some of the tuples. I want to delete some of the tuples from the existing relation here. For deleting that, okay, delete operation is available in relational data model. For deleting, this is the, okay, syntax here. Delete, okay, as a keyword, delete the which table, from which table you want to delete, that table name or relation name you have to take here. Delete, okay, delete the relation name tuple with. Tuple with is the Okay, once again it is key. Next is attribute name equal to, you assign the attribute value. And if you want to, according to multiple attribute values, if you want to insert, then you can specify using the AND here, okay, as a conjunction to add this to here. So now delete the works on tuple with ESSN. It is equal to 999,88777 and project number equal to 10 here. So now I want to delete one of the table, okay, from one of the table, that is the works on. Which tuple I want to delete? I want to delete the tuples with ESSN number as a this one and project number as a 10. Yes. If I execute this operation, then if it is in the valid state, then it is acceptable and deletes that particular tuple from the relation here. Yes, this is in the current state. That's why it allows to, okay, execute this and it deletes that particular tuple here. Even for some time you may do the mistakes. Then you get the error message when, let's see, delete the employee as a relation name and delete the as a keyword, tuple with as the keyword, text is attribute, okay, name equal to attribute value. So where it is C, okay, 999,88777. Yes, that SSN number is here, okay. That one I want to delete. This particular tuple I want to delete now, okay. This tuple I want to delete here. So that's why I given the, okay, I use this delete operation. So when I execute this one, it gives the error message here. Okay, why? Because it doesn't consider this one as a valid state. If it is not valid state means what? It violates some of the constraints. Which constraint it violates? If I try to delete, this deletion is not acceptable because there are tuples in works on that refers to this tuple. Hence, if the tuple in employee is deleted, referential integrity violation will result here. So here referential integrity violates here because that one you are referring in the works on table here. Okay, so for any table if you want to delete, before deleting that table from the parent table, if you want to delete any of the tuples, so that tuple if you are referring in the dependent table, then compulsory first you have to delete that from the dependent table, later you can delete from the parent table here. Okay, that is what we call as a referential integrity constraint violation here. Next is delete the employee tuple with SSN. This is your SSN 3335 here it is there. Okay. So now I want to delete this employee tuple. This is your employee tuple and this tuple I want to delete. This employee information I want to delete here. Procedure for that one is delete operation. Name of the table is employee and SSN is here. Now also it give the error message. Why? Yes, this 335 it is what you are used now. Same 335 you are used here also. You are referring that value in one more table, that is the department table. Here you are used as a foreign key. But I want to delete from the parent table here. One thing you remember while deleting, okay, in the delete operation, first you have to delete from the those tuples from the dependent table. If same okay tuples if you are using in the dependent table, then first you have to delete from the dependent table, then you can delete from parent table. Simple thing is what? Where you are used as a foreign key now, that foreign key tuple you have to delete first here. So if you want to delete, now it gives the error message as a referential integrity constraint violates because it violates the reference here. What should you do now? First you have to delete from department table. After deleting from department table, you can delete from employee table here. Okay. So in the delete operation, you have to keep in mind that is if you want to delete any of the tuples, first you have to check whether that tuple is referred in another tables or not. If it is referred, then first you have to delete the tuple from that referred table and next you can delete from the parent table here. Okay. So this is about your delete operation. Next is update operation. I already inserted, but I done some mistakes. That now I want to rectify those mistakes here. Yes, it is possible with the help of one of the operation. That operation we call as a update operation. This is the syntax for using the update operation. What is that? Update the as a keyword. Okay, which attribute you want to update, that attribute name you have to specify of the which relation, okay, that relation name. So with the new, okay, you have to identify that one here, from which tuple you want to update, what you want to update, okay. So where you are having the SSN number as a this one, so in that tuple you want to update the salary, okay, as a new value. This is your thing here. Yes, I can update here. Where I am having that? Yes, here I am having the update as a SSN. Earlier, what is the salary is there? 25,000 here. Now I want to update the salary with the new value as a 28,000. Yes, it is acceptable and it makes the, okay, whenever you run this particular operation, then it makes modification in this salary here. Okay. So next, update the DNO of the employee tuple with the SSN as a 1 here. I want to update that one also. Yes, it is also acceptable. Employee number where I am having as it this one. Earlier department number is 4. Now I transfer from 4 to 1 here. Yes, I want to update. That is also acceptable. In the same operation, if I want to update with the new department number as a 7. So if I want to update this one with the 7 here, instead of 1, if I take the 7, then it gives the error message because it is not a valid state. It specifies that it violates referential integrity constant. Why? Why it violates referential integrity constant? If I enter 1, it takes. If I enter 7, it gives the error message. Why? See, in your parent table for the department number, you are having the values as 541. If you are change 4 to 1, as it is available, that's why it is acceptable here. But in the place of 1, if I enter 7, then it gives the error message as a violation of referential integrity because 7 is not exist in the parent table here. In that situation, you will get the error as a referential integrity violation here. This is one type of the violation. And one more. Now I want to update the SSN where earlier I am having the SSN as a 99988. Now I want to update with the new SSN 9876 here. Earlier I am having the 999. Now I want to update that with the new value as a 9876. Is it possible? If I update, then for this also I'll get the same SSN number and for this also I'll get the same SSN number. Is it correct? No. Why? For this SSN it is underlined. Underlined means what? It is primary key. Primary key means what? All the tuple must hold unique value. If I update, I'll get the same values. Then it violates which type of this one? S. Which constant it violates? That violates the uniqueness property. That is the key constant here. Okay. Okay, all the tuples for SSN must be unique here. If I try, then it uniqueness property is violated. That is what we call as a key constant violation here. So these are the sum of the violations comes under in this update operation. Okay. So now while updating, you have to keep in mind that so while updating, you have to check whether it violates referential integrity constant or not, whether it violates key constant or not, whether it violates integrity constants or not. Based on that, you can make updation in your any of the tuples here. Is it clear now? So these are the sum of the operations comes under in this update. Okay, thank you.